Okay, 276, we are back here with OnlineGDB, and we are going to make our very first project. This is what is referred to as Hello World. It is what I've already removed from this project, the one that you're seeing here behind us, and I did it in the previous video. So I'm just going to walk through a couple of things that we will need to know about how to make this environment work best for you. So first and foremost, it is perfectly okay to see your code all, you know, like taking up the main portion of the main window here. That is perfectly okay. We're going to keep it like this for the time being. Next is what we want to do is change these, what are referred to as preprocessor directives. Any one of these include statements goes before the main, which is where we keep all of our, honestly, for now, it's where we keep all of the logic for our applications. These are what C++ needs to know in order to actually go through and compile and run later on. The includes we will always have with our applications are as follows. One is we will include IOStream. IOStream allows us to use the keyboard and the monitor in order to interact both ways. So input, output stream, IOStream, we will always include. The second inclusion we will always have is using namespace std. And I went ahead and typed that because this microphone arm is in the wrong place and I keep hitting it when I type. Using namespace is going to allow us to do things like not repeat a bunch of extra code on every line. We do not need to know why that's here. I just feel it's best if you go, yes, using namespace std will help me make my code easier. I think that that's a fine way to think about that at this particular point. So at the very tops of all of your projects, do remember to include IOStream and do remember using namespace std. That's the standard library. Next, we will have here inside of our int main, this is the main function of our C++ program. So inside of here, if I make something as simple as a cout statement, so that's cout and then two less than symbols, so less than, and inside of double quotes, I can say hello world, just like so. And that's it. At the end of every statement we have in C++, for the most part, I'm okay with, adding a little bit of complexity to this as we go along. But for right now, at the end of every line of code, every statement that we have in C++, we will add a semicolon there. Now, what I'm going to do is down here along the bottom of the main input window that we have, you will see a down chevron. That is for full screen. We do not want that. We have the extending that's going to extend your window. We do not want that. The third one over is vertical position. My suggestion is you hit this, and what you are going to get is the side by side like you see here behind me. You are also going to see the advertisements. Until I can get somebody to cut Eric Wolf a big check to have to manage creating and maintaining an online coding platform for the C++ classes and the rest of all of our programming classes, they're never going to cut that check. We're going to have to use something that does a little bit of advertising. So please excuse me. Pick and Save is analogous to Chinooks. Now you can see along the very top of this window here, I also have run, debug, and stop. If I hit run, what we are going to see is the output of my program over here in the right-hand side of our window. So you can see the very first line there is hello world. So congratulations, you have made your first C++ application. That application, like you see above me here, prints to the output console. That's what you see above me here, hello world. Now, we're going to go through each and every portion of that in Chapter 2. We're going to talk about what the preprocessor directives are. Those include IOStream and using namespace. We are going to talk about functions just a little bit in Chapter 2, but then again more in Chapter 6 in a few weeks when we talk about functions that way. We are going to add complexity here. But what you're going to notice is Once you recognize that there are just a few keywords that you need to know, the good news is that English, the language it is that we all already share for the course, English really is most of what you are going to need to be able to be successful when you're developing, and that is fantastic. So there you go, C++. Now, one more really quick thing. I can save this, and you'll see I've already, once I hit save, it's already saved. I saved this as hello world. Once you hit save, that will be in your folders, and then you don't have to worry about ever losing this. And then right next to it with the yellow share button, if I was to click that, you would see that I could share my code with this URL. And anybody with a browser can simply open this URL, and boom, we have access to your code. It's pretty neat. So that is our first demonstration here, C++. In OnlineGDB, we are going to expand on that really tremendously and in short order in Chapter 2. So have your Wheaties, buckle up, and here we go.